Hello everybody, are you ready for our story today? If you're ready, let's begin. On the first Sunday in the season of Easter, we remembered how the woman had gone to the tomb to finish the burial. But when they got to the tomb, they found that Jesus had gone and that the tomb was empty. All that was left were the white linen cloth that had covered his body. They went to tell the others, and two of the disciples ran there to the tomb, but they found that Jesus was gone, truly gone. They could feel his presence in his absence. They went back to the others, but Mary Magdalene stayed there weeping. And then she heard a voice which asked her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" And she saw two men dressed in white. Then another voice came and asked her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" And this time the voice used her name, Mary, and she knew that it was he. And then he was gone, and she went back to tell the others. The second Sunday in the season of Easter, we remember how on that afternoon of the first Easter, two of Jesus' followers were making their way slowly to Emmaus, which was some 7 miles from Jerusalem. They must have been shaking their heads in wonder as they talked about all that had happened. The cross, the empty tomb, what did it all mean? A stranger joined them, but they didn't pay him much attention until he asked what they were talking about. "Are you the only one in Jerusalem who hasn't heard all that has happened in the last 3 days?" they asked him. "What has happened?" he asked. "The cross, the empty tomb. There has been so much." "You are foolish and slow of heart," he said to them. "Listen." And then he opened up the scriptures to them. "Do you remember how we were trapped in Egypt and Moses led us through the water into freedom? Do you remember how we were trapped in our freedom in the desert and God gave Moses the 10 Commandments to guide us? Do you remember how we were trapped in exile and the prophets said that a child would lead us and that someone would come to suffer and die so that we might be really alive?" By this time, they had arrived in the village of Emmaus. The miles had passed so quickly as they talked with him. He was about to go on his way, but the two asked him to stay with them, and so he did. And that night, at supper at the inn, he took a piece of bread, and he gave thanks to God for it, and he broke it, and then he shared it with the two. And in that moment, they knew who he was. But then, in that moment, he was gone. The two stayed at the table talking for a while. Now they knew why their hearts had burned as they walked and talked with him on the road. They got up slowly, and then they hurried back to Jerusalem to tell the others that he had been made known to them in the breaking of the bread. Now, if we were in our godly playroom, now is when I would ask you to go and find something from maybe one of our other stories to come and put down next to the story to help us tell the story. But we can't do that, so I'm just going to leave you wondering about what you've heard today. And as I do that, God bless you until next time. Bye.